From Value Invest Asia, this is The Asian Entrepreneur. We explore the hidden stories of successful founders, business leaders, and investors in Asia. Here's your host, Stanley Lim.
Hi guys. In this episode, we're going to talk to the Executive Chairman of Singapore O&G Ltd, Dr. Beh. Dr. Beh, together with Dr. Lee and Dr. Heng, has a rotational chairmanship of the board. And Singapore O&G is a very unique company where Dr. Heng and Dr. Lee decided to join force and create sort of a network of specialist clinic focusing on women and children. Their group has grown significantly after the IPO, and we talked to Dr. Beh about how the business come about and why do they decide to join force together, and what does the future hold for Singapore O&G. It's a very interesting story. I hope you enjoy it. Here we go.
I'm a Penang boy, all right. So grew up in Penang, and but came over to Singapore pretty early for my secondary school, and then since then kind of stay on, settle down, married, start my career, start a family. So everything in Singapore now.
Has becoming a doctor always been your dream, like since young? How did that dream come into you?
Wow, long story. Obviously, during my time, as most, I think, many parents, right, kind of encourage, directly or indirectly. Oh no, I do have a cousin-in-law who is a general practitioner.
Okay.
So so every time we visited him for for whatever health problem or during family gathering, you can see that my parents, especially my father, has been what a good life he's living, so respectable, things like that, and helping people at the same time. So that kind of probably plant the idea,
okay,
right?
okay.
Subconsciously.
I see.
So after the education, after the A level, then start to decide. So medicine naturally become the kind of first choice.
Okay. But sort of you although you move into the industry that's kind of your parents is hoping that you will
correct,
take.
yeah.
But in a way your path is a little bit different also, because a lot of practitioner doctors that they have their own practice, and that's then they'll do that for the rest of their life. But Singapore O&G together, when you join them, I think it kind of put the entire group in a different trajectory, not just as a practitioner, but also becoming how to grow a business as a listed company.
Sure.
It takes a little bit of, I guess, risk-taking. Are you always a risk-taker since young?
Well, in a way, yes and no.
Okay.
All right, because I think I like challenges. All right. I mean, sometimes if you're in the doing the same thing day in day out after a long time, sometimes it can get a bit kind of unstimulating. All right. Okay. So it is so after being in the government sector for a long time till my early 40s, then I came out as to be a solo private practitioner, all right, for another 10 years or so. Then things start to get a bit too comfortable, all right. So so when the opportunity arises, then for me to kind of move out of the comfort zone to meet new challenges. So I thought, okay, it may be a good time, all right. So it may be a midlife crisis, who knows?
Thank you for your candid. Okay, but maybe we move back a little bit because say after you graduated, you decided to specialize into obstetric and gynecology. Why did you choose this field?
Well, it is fairly exciting field in a way. I owe it to a very good experience I had during my medical students exposures. During that time, we were all housed in the old KK hospitals, where the present day LTA is now,
Right,
opposite a new KK anyway. Yeah, so that was the old address, and it was the only training period, posting period for medical students to be asked to stay in. That means we have to stay in the hostels.
Right. Okay.
All right, because of the fact that we have night duties. So they want us to be exposed to, as close as possible, the life of an obstetrician. No day, no night. When a patient comes, no need to deliver, you just have to be there. So we do take turns to be on the so-called night duty roster.
Okay.
And I find it challenging, at the same time very interesting. Things are so dramatic, so fast moving. You get all the adrenaline surge. So that kind of it did kind of leave me a very good impression.
Okay.
And,
well, interesting that you'll find it to be a very interesting field to go in, because when my wife gave birth for all my kids, it's always during the midnight wee hours. So I see all the doctors coming in. I said, wow, these are gonna be the most hardworking people I ever seen.
Yeah. But well, that was when you're young and naive. When you're in the field, finally, then you realize, oh no, especially when it start to age, when the age start to catch up. Wow.
Okay. Yeah. You mentioned after you graduate, you were in KK Hospital for a few years.
Yeah.
And then right after you got your specialist, you move out, or after you got your specialist, you still stay in KK?
We stay on, and I further specialized. So I leave as a consultant level.
Okay.
So yeah, I do spend some time. I think that is a very good time for us to gain the experience, to be able to see a wide variety of the problems. All right, because being a government institution, being a huge hospitals, naturally you get to see, witness, learn, a lot of wide range of medical problems, complications, good or bad.
Yep.
Sometimes you learn from others.
Definitely. After you finish your stint in the government, what makes you decide to move out and venture out on your own, or is that almost a natural progression for most?
Not really. I mean, I think when we first started. In fact, many of us, when you first enter the field, in fact, most of the time you think, oh, I'm going to end my career in a government hospital, because we see so many of us very senior staff, the professors, they spend their whole life in the institution, and I mean it's equally rewarding as well. But sometimes, on the other hand, we also look at other colleagues who have left for private practice, and it's quite interesting as well. It adds another dimension to the professional life. I mean, quite different from just being in a government hospital where you only take care of your on patient care, strictly, full stop. After that, that's it, right? But when in the private practice, you look after the whole lot, right? And in fact, I think the greatest advantage is that we know our patient better.
Okay.
Right, we spend quality time, quality care with them. All right, and so I think that's the most rewarding part.
Okay. So I guess you decided to venture out and start your own practice. Maybe you can share with us what's maybe the one thing that going in, you didn't realize it's going to be so hard, and what the biggest challenges you face when starting your own practice that you never really assumed that it would be so hard?
I think, of course, initially it's always you worry about the financial aspect, right? Am I able to cover up, to establish my practice? That's one thing. All right, okay. So, but then, after a while, when you see that patient starts to come in, words of mouth and things like that, the workload gets stabilized. So So the second part will be, of course, then we have to be very careful with. I mean, not that when in the government hospital we are not careful, but just that we have to be even more vigilant, all right, in managing patients' problem, all right, both medical problems, the expectations, sometimes the financial implications as well, all right. So I think all these things, it comes into play when we handle a patient in the private practice,
right?
All right, which is something I believe the doctors in the government or in a restructured hospital may not be so acutely aware, because they are usually not quite involved in the patient's financial counseling and things like that.
Well, that's interesting. So you have to take into consideration, not just the health situation of the patients, but other aspects of their life as well. Yeah.
Because very often, we have to let them know that, look, if let's say if you go for this procedure, you're going to be out of work, or we're dealing with women mainly, so they are caregivers, children. So you won't be able to fetch your children for the next 2 weeks, for example. You need to be homebound. You need to find alternative. You need to get some help and things like that. You see, you can't cook for your family, right? For that matter.
Okay. Yeah. And for your private practice, how long did it take you to reach a point where you say, I'm quite that is not I can see that I'm going to do fine. The practice is going to be fine. How long did that take?
But wow, I think it varies between different practices. For me, probably after about 2-3 years, you can kind of find that I'm getting, I'm there.
That's good.
Right.
Okay, that is interesting. And maybe now we dive a little bit into the history of Singapore O&G.
Sure.
Are you already friends with Dr. Heng and Dr. Lee a long time ago, or
yes.
how do you guys meet?
Oh, okay. I mean, we have known each other easily for the last, I would say, let me see, about 15 years, if not around 20 years.
Oh, okay.
All right. So of course they're my seniors in a way. All right. Okay. But when I know them, they were out in a private practice already. But we do meet because we do have regular medical meetings.
Right. Okay.
And I'm quite actively involved in them. So we do meet each other. So during the meetings and things like that. So we get to know each other quite well.
Right.
Myself and Dr. Lee, we are also very actively involved in the Obstetrical and Gynecological Society of Singapore, which is the biggest society representing the O&G fraternity in Singapore.
Right. Okay.
And we work in the same core committee, we call it the council. And he was the president of the O&G society, and I was his. I was I was the president after him, not the immediate one, but the foreign one. The foreign terms. That's right.
Okay.
So through that we kind of know each other even better, because we work together on projects and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. And when they first when they first decided to maybe join force and combine their company together, did they at the beginning did they come to talk to you about it as well, or were you aware of that?
They did, but of course I have to admit that this is still fairly new, because so I mean we are with some apprehension, so we're not too sure whether is it a good idea because I mean we are as a solo practitioner, you are kind of relatively free in a way, I mean, of course, we need to look after our overheads and all the rentals and nurses and everything, but fairly comfortable in a way, all right? So you always question whether is there a need or not. Then I should be joining now a big group. We've always, I mean, of course the good and the bad. You see, all right, okay. I mean, certainly there'll be more constraints and things like that. All right? Certainly many more meetings.
When you're already pressed for time.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
But I guess after a few years, you decided to join them as well.
Correct. It took me about 2 years.
Yeah. What won you over? What is the maybe the deciding factor that won you over?
Well, I did tell the Dr. Lee also that I woke up one day, kind of dawned on me. I begin to try to think ahead. Right? What's going to happen in 20 years' time? I think that time I was probably around 50, 51, I think, right? So what's going to happen in 20 years' time? I look at many of my seniors, they just retired and just close their practice. And, and that's it. And no. So I'm just thinking, and sometimes, the patients is like, the nurses just inform them or just send them a letter. Doctor has stopped practicing or retired. That's it. All right. Okay. So there's no proper succession, no continuity of care to poor patients. To be frank, in a way, all right. Because they may say, you may go and see who or see, but for a patient, look, let's say I have a patient who has been with me for the last 20 over 30 years. I know all her problem. They come to see us, it's so convenient. They don't have to repeat the whole story. If she go and see any new doctor, they have to repeat everything again. All right. So I mean, so I think so it kind of dawned on me. All right. Both the community of patients care, and also there won't be any residual value of the practice at all. Once we retire, it's like it's almost
connected to you personally.
Yeah, that's right. You see, so I mean, so I think of if we kind of have a corporatize it and do a proper planning and things like that, I think this situation will be improved.
Right. So you can ensure the continuity of the whole corporation.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. And I guess during a time when you joined, there's a few other doctors that decided to join as well. But I'm quite curious. How do you work out the structure? Is there you guys just discuss among yourself and decide how to value each of your business? How did that negotiation go?
Well, as I told one of my colleagues who was asking, hey, why you suddenly want to join? So I say no, and then he also asked. He asked the same question as how they value you. I say, I mean, to be very honest, is we have to. I mean, if you decide to join the group, the right person that you think you can partner with, then I think we need to have. I mean the faith, right? Now, join in good faith, believe that it's a fair value. I think the most important thing is as long as we are treated fairly and equally.
Okay.
Right.
Everyone get the same treatment.
The same formula. For that matter.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I understand. And I guess after that the next point is. What is the rationale for the group to go for initial public offering rather than just yes, you are now a group. Why do you need to take the step to become a public company? What's the rationale there?
I think it served two purposes. Yes, you can be the the group, a small group, and just maybe slowly grow and things like that. But I think being going IPO and be publicly listed, I think it does give the company credibility. All right, and we are transparent, subjected to the appropriate corporate governance and etc. that is required. So I mean, it become a very open structure, and it is actually much easier also to help in our recruitment of the junior members. All right, so because people know that, look, you are a public entity, the finances are open. All right, there's nothing to hide. So I think that helps a lot.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and of course
more exposure and
more exposures and basically that serves as a good platform for us to grow and expand. Yeah.
Okay. So right now, when you recruit a new doctor, what is your selection process? Does he or she has to already have say established reputation or business, or if it's a new person coming on, do the group provide the marketing and expansion for that doctor? How does it work?
Yes, I mean, so there are two expansion strategy, so to speak. One is the organic growth, where we recruit doctors from, let's say, the restructured hospital sector. All right, so obviously, while they may be, the may or may not be established in the restructured hospital, but as we always say, there is the patients who go to the restructured hospital and patients who come to the private are slightly different. There may be some overlap, right, but it's slightly different.
Right.
So we do need to of course, we first of all, he has to be a good doctor. All right, so that is through our assessment and our contacts. All right, okay, and then when they join us, yes, we kind of, the advantage of joining a group is that we are fairly seasoned and well established private doctors. All right, so and with the companies, the management help them to basically source for what's the location of their choice. All right, and it's being a group is much easier for us to secure the clinic space, for example, and nurses, for example, and etc. And as well as the marketing, the publicity, all these things will be planned by the group.
Right.
It basically smoothen and make it much easier.
Yeah.
Compared to, take for example, when I first come out, we have to do everything ourselves.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're almost like a platform for new doctors trying to move into the private sector.
Yeah. We facilitate the whole lot and everything.
Okay. Interesting. Now that you're a listed company, is there something that surprised you as a listed company and as a private company? What's the biggest surprise for you, like things that you did?
The amount of paperwork is amazing. The documents I have to sign, even at the clinic level. Well, it's for good cause. It's for good corporate governments and everything. I think it's good. I can't blame Eric for that. I think that's a good thing. All right, I know my CFO have done a good job, but it's just amazing the number of checks and counter checks.
Yeah, definitely, I understand that. We can talk a little bit about, say, your expansion plan. From your document that I read through, you talk about how you're going to expand Singapore O&G first by, like you talk about recruiting more specialists to enlarge organically, right? You are doing that, and you talk about why people joining you is actually advantageous from them, just going private by themselves. But there's one point where you talk about you want to create more interclinic referrals.
Yes.
Can you give me an example of how you have been able to do that?
Well, I mean, okay. First of all, if you look at the group, I mean, the services that we provide is no, we are trying to have a fairly comprehensive coverage of women health services, right? So obstetric and gynecology is, of course, is a core, all right, it's a core group. That if breast services is something very, very, very important, all right. And of course, after delivery, it'll be naturally a pediatric side, all right. And of course, the skincare, aesthetics. So that's the reason why we go into the dermatology arm as well.
Right.
So this is at the present moment what we have.
Right. Okay.
All right. Okay. So basically, we basically would like to further embolden and strengthen all these services, because there are lots of things that still can be done.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Right. But because what I'm trying to understand is most of your clinics are not combined together, right? And say we are now in your clinic, now down in Thomson Medical. Say if I come here with my wife, how would I be introduced to the services of the entire group? Say the dermatological side with Dr. Joyce. How am I going to be even notified and
correct. So take for example, okay, I mean there are two ways. Let's say I have a patient who have, let's say, dermatological condition, or she likes to have some aesthetic treatment, right? I mean, I would recommend Dr. Joyce, or at least bring to her attention. Look, Dr. Joyce, we're a reputable dermatologist in our group. You'd like to see her for your skin problem,
right?
All right. So there's one aspect. We've done lots of mammograms. We see women, and we definitely pick up lots of breast disease, breast issue. So there's another regular source of referral to our breast surgeons.
Right. Okay.
All right. We have within the O&G. I mean, of course, then the pediatric side, as I mentioned. All right. Quite. No. Then within the O&G itself, we have gynae-oncologists. We have doctors specialized in keyhole surgeries, minimally invasive surgeries, and things like that. So we do have, this is so-called intra-specialty referrals. All right. So let's say, for example, if I have a cancer patient, right? I would at least the help of our gynae-oncologist, Dr. Cindy Pang, to to co-manage a patient together. So this is how we create a synergy.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's quite interesting. And maybe we talk a little bit about, say, in the much longer term, you talk about continuation of the business itself. What's in a long-term plan, besides just adding more clinics and more specialties to the group? Is there a vision that all of you are working towards? Maybe hospitals, or what are you looking at?
Well, I mean, I think well, it's always it's always good to talk about setting up hospitals, things like that. I mean, I always liken it like to friends who ask me the same question. I say, it's like, it's very sexy. I own overseas property in London, New York, Tokyo, that kind of thing, right? But how to manage it is another big problem, isn't it? Right? Right. So it's sexy to entertain the thoughts, but I think at least as far as I'm aware, I don't think we have any immediate plan to go into this area, because hospitals, I mean, first of all, license to run the hospital is not easy to obtain, all right? And as far as I know, I think Ministry of Health feels that it's quite saturated. It's sufficient. And even the plot of land, right? It has to be, you have to have, the last plot has been taken up by the Mount Elizabeth Novena, right? So as far as we know, there's no plan for the government to release any further plot, right? So I think hospital at the present moment probably not, right?
Okay.
But we do entertain the thought as something related to our work is things like confinement facilities.
Okay.
All right, which is somehow hasn't really taken off in Singapore context. All right, is very popular, very established in Taiwan.
Yeah.
All right, China as well. Hong Kong is beginning too. All right, and so this is one aspect that we are actually
Okay.
going to look into.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. And also, is the board or the management thinking of even expanding your services overseas as well? We've seen that with a lot of healthcare company in Singapore, Raffles Medical, I think Thomson as well, moving now to Johor. And of course, Q&M, even the dental services is moving overseas.
Correct.
Is it something that you guys are looking at?
Yeah, we are certainly consider this aspect as well, the business expansion. All right, but the important thing is to be able to find a good synergistic partners overseas that we can work with, because ultimately. We treasure our brand name.
Yeah.
We really want to have a good quality of care to the patients.
Yep.
All right. So it's paramount. It's of paramount importance that we must have a good partner overseas. All right. No.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think there's a lot of goodwill in the Singapore healthcare name.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. We are not representing Singapore O&G alone. It's Singapore medicine as a whole.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, okay. Right. One part that I find quite interesting that you guys are moving towards is on the field with Dr. Joyce Lim on introducing more products based as well. How's that development going on, or is it something that you're gonna try to look into as well for others, maybe other of your services, that see if you can also introduce similar products type?
Yes, I mean we do. I mean we have been this is one aspect of kind of how should I put it, to complement each arms of our group. And all this the stretch mark cream that you mentioned, actually, is something that we have been looking at very, very closely. All right, because it's something that we use quite a bit and is in quite a lot of demand. All right, there are lots of them in the market. All right, okay. But Dr. Joyce Lim, being Dr. Joyce Lim, she's very particular with the quality of a product. So she is really, trying to come up with something that is effective in a way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. So we are still awaiting her
invention.
Not invention, but her concoction. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I want to touch a little bit about just now you talk about succession planning. Even though now you guys are a group, a lot of the investor that I talk to them about Singapore O&G, you have to admit, say now it's still quite dependent on the doctors itself, right? The founders and you and Dr. Joyce Lim still contribute the main bulk of the revenue and the income for the group. Do you see a way of how do you diversify that income stream away to be too dependent on one person? Or say for your case, when the time that you decide that you want to retire, do you feel that it's quite easy for another doctor to come here and take your place but still use your brand to continue it?
Fortunately, we're still relatively young. I think we still can practice quite a good number of years. But I think one possible steps that we are thinking of is, instead of having solo clinics scattered everywhere, we may actually have, especially as we have more new members joining us, right? We may actually have Singapore O&G clinics, call it O&G Center, at Maui Novena, at Parkway East, at Thompson or whatever, where we may not only have one doctor anymore, but we have 3-4 doctors.
Right.
All right. So the advantage is that the patient will get to know the doctors in that particular location. The medical information, all right, when there's a need, can be much easily accessed. Of course, in the wake of the Personal Data Protection Act, we will definitely seek that approval first. All right. So I think this is one aspect that we can help. All right. Let's say, for example, due to whatever reason that we need to actually slow down the practice and things like that. There's a ready choice for the patient to go to somebody who is right next door, right in the clinic, and somebody that is not a total stranger. So I think this is one direction that we are moving into.
All right. Okay. Yeah. That's more interesting. Like to allow the more connectivity between the clinics and the patients.
Correct. I think as I alluded to earlier on, I think it's terrible if the doctor just one day shut his door due to whatever reason. All right. I mean, at least if it's retirement, there's time to plan. But due to other things, there's a blood closure, then the patient is basically left in the lurch. And so I think with a group practice like ours, it really help to alleviate such problem.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. I never really thought of it in that sense. The next question I really have is more personal. In building up the business, and as a doctor, I know time is a big constraint on your part. And how have you been able to manage it, especially say your family time and your work time? Do you have a secret on time management?
I think the most important thing is you need to have an understanding wife. I think that's crucial. It's very crucial. Yes. Fortunately, she's very understanding and she's very considerate and very helpful. And and the children has been quite well behaved so far. So that kind of it's like it's like they don't have to be like worried about domestic issue as well when I go back home. So I can kind of even bring back home. All right, do all the paperwork at home. I see.
Okay. Interesting.
So I think that's very helpful. The Internal Affairs Minister is very helpful. Very important.
Yes. Okay. This is a question I tend to ask all my interviewee. As you move on in your life and achieve more and more things, when you look back, right? If today you can give an advice to yourself 30 years ago, what advice would you give your younger self if you can do it all over again?
As a general approach in life, or pertaining to
maybe towards the business,
I think basically, if you talk about medical business, all right, I think most important thing is enjoy your work, treat the patient as your family members. Do the best you can for them. I think that is probably, the best advice I can give to any younger members. All right, you really have to have a passion for the work. Otherwise, you'll be. As you know, we have to wake up middle of the night. If you hate the job, you really can't do it. Right. So I think this is something that I would say is most important.
Right, that's very useful advice indeed. This is Dr. Beh again, Executive Chairman of Singapore O&G Ltd. I thank you so much for your time. I think it really gives the audience a very good understanding and a much deeper understanding of yourself and also Singapore O&G and what's planned ahead for you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stanley. Thank you. All right.
Alright guys, if you enjoyed the show, I hope you'll rate and review us on iTunes. And if you want to get the latest notification on our next show, do subscribe to us both on our YouTube channel and our podcast on iTunes. I'll see you around.